Daniel Kolod is one of those people who went missing in Lake Mead. In 1958, the retail manager at the Desert Inn Hotel was on this speedboat with his best friend.
My dad was 22, his buddy Mike was 23, and I think it was more boat than they could handle.
A big wave flipped the boat. Mike survived, but Daniel drowned, leaving his son Todd, not even 3 years old, with a lifetime of emotional loss.
It's just a sadness that you don't get over, you just get through it.
Todd's grandfather did everything he could. He hired divers, even a type of submarine to find the missing man, but the accident was just too far from shore and too deep at the time. But as you can see, the mega drought of the past 2 decades has dried up huge sections of the lake. This past May, 2 sisters paddleboarding in what is now shallow water found a human skeleton.
So in 64 years, you go from 1 mile out, too deep to find, to right at the shore. What a remarkable transformation of water level.
Todd says this is the same location where his father drowned just 6 years after a nasty car wreck that knocked out his front teeth.
There are front teeth missing, which look fresh, according to one dentist that looked at it.
What could be Todd's father found on May 7th is just one of the many bodies in this evaporating graveyard. The first showed up on May 1st, stuffed into a barrel.
My initial thought was the old storied clips of when you hear about organized crime and stuff like that. Me being born and raised in Las Vegas, right away your mind does go there. Then the investigator side of you kicks in, and we need to find out how they were killed and by who they were killed.
Las Vegas Metro Homicide Lieutenant Jason Johansson is in charge of what he believes is obviously a murder at Lake Mead.
The only water that we lose here is that which evaporates.
Former Las Vegas Mayor Oscar Goodman is now retired, but decades ago, he was a lawyer who represented powerful people in Old Vegas.
Watch yourself. You'll get run over there.
He played a version of himself in Martin Scorsese's mob drama Casino.
Completely absolves Mr. Rothstein from any wrongdoing.
In the old days, when I was actively practicing, I had one client that they said murdered 27 people.
The incident we're investigating is more likely than not from the 70s, and it's based on clothing.
You don't think that this body in a barrel is mob related?
No. Well, we would have heard if it was mob related. Why drive all the way out and put somebody in a barrel? Or...
Las Vegas's history has lots of holes in the desert.
Well, that's a way of putting it. When the mob hit somebody in the old days, they would want people to know it. It was to teach a lesson.
Instead, the lake itself is teaching us all a lesson about how fast climate can change, draining a massive lake of all its secrets. So whoever was trying to get away with murder by putting this barrel in there never would have thought that this would be dry land at any point in the future.
We believe that barrel was at one time under approximately 150 feet of water. I never dreamed I would see the lake this low.
As the drought intensifies, these bodies are returning from the past. 4 people so far, all someone's son, daughter, or possibly father.
If I could wave a magic wand and erase the impacts of climate change and drought and make all that go away, I would gladly take having my dad's remains be lost forever. It just isn't worth it.